Hi friends, welcome to our channel, and in this video we will be talking about forward proxy and reverse proxy. So these are very important concepts whenever, let's say, an API call is happening, right? So there is a client and there is a server. So in a typical client server architecture, there is a concept of proxy which makes the call. So there are two proxies. One is the forward proxy and another one is the reverse proxy, and I will explain you these two in this particular video. So let's get started. So if you can see this, architecture, so we have a client. So there's a client, and if you have a normal client server architecture, then the client calls the internet, then internet calls the servers, right? So this is your client server architecture, where client makes a request and the server gives back the response. Okay, so if it is an HTTP request, then you will get an HTTP response. So how does proxy comes into the picture? So proxy is something which does a job on your behalf, right? So forward proxy here is sitting between the client and the internet. Okay, so what it does is, it is first of all a client facing. Okay, and what it does, it anonymize the client's IP. How? Because the server doesn't know where the request is coming from, because this is a proxy server which is sitting, and when you fire a request from client, so this proxy server will decide, right? It will be a server, right? So it will make a call to the internet, and then it will the corresponding servers will return the response. But this particular server will never know the client IP, because it will know that the request is coming from a proxy server. So this is how you are making the client IP anonymous, right? And it is also acting as a middleman, because on behalf of the client it is making a request. Okay, and what is the use case for it, right? So use case could be, right, protecting the response or scanning the virus, right, or any malicious software. It can protect it. And also, let's say, whenever a client is making a request, so you can't allow all sorts of requests to go through. So you can have some mechanism in this server that what all type of requests are allowed. Those requests will only go through the internet, otherwise they will return back with a response that this is not allowed to be accessed, or anything like a safety. So here you are controlling the access, right, because the requests are not allowed to move forward, right? So you are kind of holding it back. And also, if let's say a response is coming back from the server, then you can check whether it is the response is not malicious, right? In the response some malicious code is coming up, or some file is coming up which is not allowed. So proxy server can do that scanning, and will not pass the malicious thing to the client. So this is really important. And one more advantage of it is, we can use it as a cache, so that we don't call the backend servers again and again. Once we get a response, we will save it in the proxy, and whenever the same request comes up, we return it back from the proxy server. So that is the example for the caching part, right? So where is this server typically used? So this server, the proxy servers, are exhaustively used in many of the corporate companies, where they restrict the client, right? So you can't access in some organizations certain kind of websites. So there the proxy server is setting up those rules, what is allowed, what is not allowed. Similarly, the VPNs are also used, so to control the access, or maybe response, caching those things, or maybe for wide variety of purposes, for security and compliance purpose also. So this is how a forward proxy works. So this is all I wanted to cover on the forward proxy. Now let's move on to the reverse proxy. So here it is different from forward proxy. How it is different, we will try to understand. So this particular reverse proxy is not client facing, but it is server facing. Okay, so and this is widely used, right? This is widely used concept, reverse proxy, where it is server facing. So you, when let's say we allow the request through a internet, and from the internet, instead of making the backend calls to the servers directly, we are putting a proxy. So here if you see, we were having forward proxy and we were directly calling this. However, in this case the situation changes. Here we have a reverse proxy. तो यहाँ पे what we are trying to do is that we are hiding the anonymity, we are hiding the server details, so which is very important for any backend API, right? So you can't expose your server details. So instead you have a proxy server, and whenever the request comes, it comes to that proxy server, and the proxy server would have those mappings that which server to call. So it can act as a load balancer as well, where it can on runtime of the request, it will decide which server to call based on its internal load balancing algorithms and other things, right? So so it is basically acting as a security aspect. It can maintain SSL connections, right? Which server to connect to, data should be encrypted or decrypted, those kind of configurations we can do. It can act as a load balancer also, which I have already mentioned. And then whatever, if there, let's say there is a malicious request, then we don't make a backend call, we restrict the request here so that our backend servers remains safe. Okay, then again the caching could be done at the reverse proxy layer itself. Okay, so what are the examples of it? So the examples of it would be an Nginx server. Okay, so Nginx is a very popular web server which is used. So that can be a reverse proxy server, right? And CDNs, which are used to get the static data. So CDNs are also example of reverse proxy servers. Okay, so yeah, this is reverse proxy server. Hope you liked the video. If you liked the video, and you can support us by subscribing our channel and liking the video. And now I will let you know about this website, which is called educative.io. So educative.io is running a Black Friday sale and Cyber Monday sale. So this sale is till Monday, and with our tech tourist community you get an extra 5% discount. And if you want to upskill or for your interview preparation, you can use this, and again you get a 5% extra discount. Links are in the description below, and feel free to check out and explore the courses. Some courses which I can show you will be regarding, you know, let's say you want to prepare for interviews, so you can have these set of interview preparation courses to prepare. And also there are some management object oriented courses. So feel free to explore the courses. For example, grokking the modern system design interview course. So they have all the content which is required for you to, you know, succeed in your system design interviews. So it covers from basics till the basic load balancer design, database, other courses. Similarly, there are a lot of other courses which are there and in huge demand for your low level design interviews. So that is covered in depth in articulated way, design patterns, and then designing common systems like parking lot, elevator design, and many more. So the sale is running at a discount, and this is a yearly sale, and this offer won't be available later, so you can use it, and with our links in the description you get an extra 5% off. So hope you upskill and learn more, and subscribe us for such content. Thank you.